Okay. Hi. Okay, so today is day 24. We've got 24 days until it is our celebration day. So I'm going to talk about something I found today, some really great tools that I use on my journey. Because I just think I just feel so good. So I want to talk about, what do I want to talk about? Gosh. I want to talk about two topics: abundance and your feeling state. Yeah, abundance. Yeah, two big things: abundance and your feeling state. So for the longest time, I have been on this journey, and I've been working so hard, and like, oh my gosh. One of the things that I've said on this journey that I'm leaving behind is the old pattern of burnout, staying up too late, overworking, not eating, not looking after my body, and that's just causing a lot of stress. And there's a story behind the reason why I actually do that. I did that initially. Today, I'm cutting that habit short. Today, I'm interrupting the flow of that state. I'm interrupting the path of that habit today. So, so that's now completely cut out of my habitual behavior as a decision that I'm making on this Delulu journey with my sister friend, Natanya Bravo. We haven't met yet, Natanya, but yeah, see you soon. And so, yeah, this is a part of my journey. So on this part of the journey, that's now being cut out. And as that's being cut out, I'm also bringing forth into my new state of being a habitual practice that helps me to soundary ground. It's a word that I created for remaining in a state of sound, a state of awareness. It's a state of calm, serenity, of awareness, of flow and allowing. And it just really aids that creative vibe, that creative energy to flow, just aids that, it supports that. So as a lot of you know, I for many years carried a story of ADHD, and if you don't know what that is, it's called attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And for the longest time, I was under the impression that that story had to be my reality. I had to carry that story around for the rest of my life because that was what I was told as a child. And that was what was told to me when I was growing up. And it was told to me as to why I was behaving in certain ways. It was told to me as to why I, didn't do certain things in the right way. And it caused me to think to myself that I have a problem. But really, what I've known on the other side of that, underneath all of that, for many years, on a conscious level as well, is that I've always been a superhero. And so at one point, I was saying that these are my superpowers, and I was making excuses for trying to be friends with the idea of liking this ADHD story. But in actual fact, I can still be a superhero without the cons of it. I can take all the benefits, all the creative, all the inspiration, all the spontaneity. I can take all of the serendipity that comes with being such a creative being. And I can let go of the anxiety. depression, the anger, the self-doubt, the fears, the resentment, the feeling negative about yourself, about all of, feeling anxious and worried and not trusting yourself. I can let all that stuff go. So now that that's my old story, I've created a new story along this journey, previously to this journey, but this is now adding on to my journey. So previously to me coming on this Delulu sprint, I had already accepted this new identity, and I just didn't know completely how to activate it in my life without structure, without prompts, without security, without support, because nobody who I know around me would really accept fully that with me. And so it felt like I really want to accept this new identity and switch. But I also had this hesitation that no one's going to believe me. And I also still had this sort of doubts and fears of, I don't know if I even trust myself. And so on this journey of being in a Delulu sprint, I have now come to fully accept this. And now this is my new identity. My new identity is I am master of sound synchronicity. That's who I am. I am Miss MSS, master of sound synchronicity, Sherelle Serena Manela Kasha. And that's who I am. And what sound synchronicity means is that you're inside. What we know is that our reflection is what creates our external world. If you don't know that, there are definitely lots of ways to test that. But I accept that. I accepted that as my reality. And now that reality, that acceptance, and that acknowledgement has now made my life so different. Because now that I know that what's inside is what creates the outside, all I need to do is acknowledge, control what's on the inside first. How do you do that? Well, you do that with something called a spliff. Yes, a spliff. It's an acronym that I created. A spliff, it stands for, okay, I just created this, so it stands for, okay, so I just made this up, and so I need a minute to get used to explaining this on camera, okay? So I'm just going to look at my notes. Okay, spliff stands for slow down. Pull in a deep breath in through the mouth, like you're taking if you're a smoker, you know that you take the smoke in through your mouth. So it's exactly like that, but we take an oxygen, baby. Okay? So we're taking that deep breath in, hold it for 2 seconds or more, however long you feel, and then yield to that exhale and land in the present moment. Spliff. SPLYF. Okay? So what this does is it allows you to intake your present moment. And many of us, lots of the world, I don't smoke, by the way. I just feel like when I was in stressful situations, it just felt like it was a reason to want to. And I was like, but I just don't want to. I just don't feel it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it adds to my life. And so I wanted to have a moment for myself, a moment of deep relief. And so that's when I just started to do these breaths, pull-in breaths. And for those of you who don't know, you have something called the Wim Hof technique. There are lots of other techniques that help you to access a state of DMT, which is DMT is a drug that lots of people take to go on a trip, and it helps to enlighten their mind. And you can also take a DMT trip by taking in oxygen. But this is like a DMT trip. This is essentially, it's a short DMT trip. Okay, it takes literally like 2 to 3 minutes maximum, as long as it takes to smoke a cigarette. If you smoke. If you don't smoke, about 5 minutes. So you can even do this whilst you smoke, by the way. But anyway, if you feel like I'm not even okay, we'll cut that out. Anyway, back to the video. So back to the point. I want to talk about reflection, and I want to talk about abundance, because what I've realized is that on this journey, I am the abundance. I am whatever I see on the external world. And now I get to create my internal world differently, which then reflects within minutes on my external world. I've tested this with many different situations, and I've tested it recently on my daughter, who she was sleeping, and she was supposed to go for a nap, and she was wiggling around and causing she was just, not wanting to go to sleep, just trying to get out of it. And I just said to myself, this is a moment where I realize I'm actually creating. I've created, not in this moment. I'm not actually creating it in this moment, but over a period of time, I've created these same stories of whatever's being created now with her fidgetiness. And I decided that I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to try and transition into a moment of breathing. And so I noticed how I felt on the inside about her emotions. Then I allowed a sense of awareness of the emotion. I allowed those emotions to reveal themselves without causing, any upsetment or anger or trying to get involved with the emotion. I just allowed it to be there and observed it, got curious about what emotions are coming up. It didn't matter if I could name them. I could just feel that they were emotions. And once they came up to the forefront, that I could feel them, I then just decided to take my spliff. I just said, and I allowed myself to be in that moment with the breath. And lo and behold, she fell asleep instantly. This works. And so, yeah, I say that to say, I think I finally cracked the code. I think I finally cracked the code, the manifestation code, guys. I think I finally cracked it. There's so many different things out there, methods and teachings and things, and we need structure, we need different things. And also, there are 3 things that we need to know. First of all, it's that we are the creator. Second of all, it's that there is an abundance of everything, an abundance of air. You can take as much air as you want. There is nothing stopping your airflow. You can breathe in. You breathe in subconsciously. And if you want to breathe in more, there is nothing stopping you. There is no shortage of breath. Another thing that we are abundant in is water. We're abundant in space. There's space where I can reach my arms out. And even though I can't physically touch each side of the room, I could possibly go to the end of each room. I've got an abundance of space around me, through me. And if I'm in a really tight space, then even if I go outside, I realize there's space in the sky, on the ground, beneath the ground. There's so much space around us. We're abundant in space. And guess what? Money. We're abundant in money too. But the difference is we have thought that money is restricted for some reason, but it's like water. That's why we call it currency. We know that. So currency is like abundant. People, they produce currency. They produce it every single day. There's more of it than anyone. So the only thing that can really change the difference between accepting that, acknowledging that, receiving that is me. So I am going to be doing a practice. That's all I'm doing. I'm practicing. I'm practicing being Sherelle Serena Manela Kasha, Master of Sound Synchronicity. I'm going to practice being Master of Sound Synchronicity. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to use this as my ticket to claim every single penny, every single bit of funds, money, energy that I have expected and never received as a result of never catching how I emotionally feel and all of the intelligence I have inside of ignorance, as a result of ignorance. I am going to now play this game of breathe, of my internal reflects my external. Of my external reflects my internal. And I'm going to play this game of recreating my internal state and observe the external world shift. With that being said, let's get on with our video. Okay. Oh my God. Day 24. This day exactly as it comes. I am grateful for the people, experiences, and lessons in my life. I am grateful for my presence. I am grateful for my unique talents. I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. I am grateful for the simple beauty of this moment. I am grateful for every experience. I am grateful for this day exactly as it comes. I am grateful for that I move with ease and optimism. That's great experiences find me. I am grateful for all that I can accomplish today. I am grateful for all miracles seeking and finding me. I am grateful for the trust I hold in today, unfolding in my favor. I am grateful for being and showing up as my best self today. I am grateful for all miracles seeking and finding me. I am grateful for that I move with ease and optimism. This great experience. I am grateful for the chosen thoughts that align with a wonderful, beautiful life. I am from a beautiful life. I am grateful that today is my canvas and I'm ready to paint. I am grateful. I am grateful.
experience, I am grateful to be me. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful for the people, experiences, and lessons in my life. I am grateful for my body. I am grateful for my unique talents. I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. I am grateful for the simple beauty of this moment. I am grateful for every experience. I am grateful for this day exactly as it comes. I'm grateful that I move with ease and optimism. That's great experiences find me. I am grateful for all that I can accomplish today. I am grateful for all miracles seeking and finding me. I am grateful for the trust I hold in today, unfolding in my favor. I am grateful for being and showing up as my best self today. I am grateful for all miracles seeking and finding me. I am grateful for that I move with ease and optimism. It's great experience. I am grateful for the choosing thoughts that align with a wonderful, beautiful life. I am from a beautiful life. I am grateful that today is my canvas and I'm ready to paint. I am grateful. I am grateful. For every experience, I'm grateful to be me.